Hi, welcome to my channel. I decided to start filming this vlog later during the day, like not right away when I woke up, so I didn't show all of my morning routine. Lately I've been waking up naturally and then like taking a shower every other day, getting dressed so that when I come down the stairs I'm already dressed and stuff. I feel like that works the best for me. And then I make myself a cup of tea, I feed the cats, I clean the little box. That's the routine that's been working well for me lately. And then I go out on the terrace and I read for a bit while drinking my tea. And as you can see lately, I've been reading Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. And I just finished it today, actually. I'm recording this voiceover 2 days after filming the vlog, and I just finished the book today, and I have mixed feelings. I think it's a good book in terms of talking about the subject of, children of toxic parents, but I also think it's very problematic in the sense that it's very ableist and it's very neurotypical centric, and so that creates weird situations where the author mentions certain traits as being signs of emotional immaturity, and really it sounds like neurodivergent traits. So she'll be listing things like info dumping and literal thinking, black and white thinking, or difficulties with reading other people's emotions, and she'll be like, this is a sign of emotional immaturity. And I'm like, yeah, that's not ideal. If someone's reading that and they're autistic and they don't know it, it could really reinforce some self-hatred if there's already some of that going on. So not great. In terms of for a neurotypical audience, is great, and it was validating. I think it wasn't too helpful for me for where I am in my personal journey of figuring out my childhood trauma and stuff. It would have been more helpful a few years ago, but I still recommend it if you're aware that it's very ableist and neurotypical centric and you're not going to be put off by that. But yeah, I felt there were parts of the book where I was like, yeah, that's really spot on, and then parts of the book where I felt personally attacked. So yeah, anyway, so I read for a bit and then I let my cats go out into the garden every day. It was a beautiful sunny day, so they really enjoyed it. And I just really like living in this new house where the cats can go outside for the first time. Been really enjoying it. But I spend most of my day opening and closing those sliding doors for them to go in and out. Then I decided to clean the kitchen a bit. As you can see, I'm actually glad that I filmed on that day because the kitchen is really fucking messy. And last time I filmed a day in the life vlog was last year, and I just happened to have cleaned the kitchen the day before, and so I felt like it wasn't a very good representation of how the house typically looks, and this is a better representation because and yet you can't see most of the mess, but it's very messy, and that's usually what it looks like. My partner and I really struggle a lot with chores and keeping the house clean and tidy because of low energy levels and difficulties with executive functioning skills and stuff like that. So I feel like this is showing how it really is on a daily basis, showing the truth, so yeah. I'm putting away some bags because we get our groceries delivered because we don't have the energy to go to a physical supermarket. So we get our groceries delivered. I'm currently coming out of burnout, and my partner is getting deeper into his own burnout. So he helped me out when I was in the depths of burnout a few months ago and I couldn't do anything. And now it's my turn to kind of support him and look after him. Now he's the one who can't do much. Then I started making lunch, and I was actually inspired by Dana's vlog the other day in which she was making wraps. I was like, I haven't made wraps in a while, so I decided to make wraps. And because it was a package of 6 tortillas, we actually had them 3 days in a row for lunch. We made ones with tofu, we made ones with eggs, and we made ones with chickpeas and some mayo, salad, like veggies and stuff, and seeds. And it was really good. So yeah, recommend it. Here I'm eating and talking to my partner at the same time. We had something playing on the TV. We are often watching Good Mythical Morning during lunchtime. It's kind of like our little ritual. Then I was like, this is not enough to eat, so I was looking for something else to eat, and my partner started playing around with the footage and stuff, so I kept it in because it's really funny. So I eventually made some chickpea salad with the leftover salad that we had, and some olive oil and some more seeds. And that was enough to like make a complete meal. Overall, I enjoyed filming this vlog more than the first one because I'm a lot more happy and satisfied with my life now and in this house compared to the previous one. Also, I have more energy than I did when I filmed the first vlog, so as you're gonna be able to see, I did more things that day, but of course it's just one day in my life, so my routine is constantly evolving. I don't do exactly the same things every day, so yeah. And of course I'm obviously going to be influenced by the fact that I'm filming, so I'm not doing what I would be doing if the camera wasn't on, like, you know what I mean. Like, what I'm trying to say is this is not an exact, super accurate representation of my daily life, and I feel like even though it seems obvious, it's important to emphasize that, because some of us literal thinkers tend to take things literally, and when I watch vlogs, I like to be reminded that it's not how every day looks for this person. Like, that it's just one day, in the life. It says it in the title, day in the life. So then I took a bit of a stroll in the garden. I've been really enjoying the fact that we have a big garden now in this house, and this is going to be our first spring in this house, so there's lots of flowers showing up every day, and it's been really nice. Like, we typically live in a city, more like on the outskirts of a city, so we're not directly in nature, but there's a forest nearby. Problem is it's very, very noisy because there's a main road next to the forest, and I don't know, the sound of traffic reverberates, so it's just like, it's not a very nice experience. And I love that you can see my cats so much in this video. Like, they're really the stars of this video, honestly. So this is Walt, the long-haired one. Oh, yeah, mid-length haired one. And the other one, the short-haired one, the little tabby, who's more shy, is Newt. and we both adopted them back when we lived in London, and then they came with us when we moved back to Switzerland, and then when we moved back to England, and then when we moved back to France 6 months ago. So they've been traveling around a lot with us, and they even lived with my in-laws for a year and a half at some point when my partner and I were traveling. So yeah, they've been moving around a lot. As you can see, it started raining a bit, and I felt, I don't know, I had like an energy crash. So I felt really tired after that walk. And since it was raining, I was like, let's go home, watch some videos, and wait for the rain to stop and for me to regain some energy, and then I can go on with my day, you know. I've been watching a lot less YouTube lately because of the way my routine has been evolving naturally. I've been spending a lot more time reading fiction and non-fiction, and just spending time outside and moving my body, and so I've been naturally spending less time in front of the TV and screens, which has been really nice. But that day I happened to, like, all of my YouTubers who make videos about costumes and sewing and stuff, like historical dress, all posted on the same day. So Morgan Donner, Bernadette Banner, and Rachel Maxey. So I watched all of their videos. I've been a fan of Rachel Maxey. I've been watching her videos for 5 years at this point. I just love her personality, her aesthetics, her everything. She gives me big neurodivergent vibes as well. So I'm always thinking, like, when we have a house of our own, I want my house to look like hers. So I always get excited whenever she posts a new video every other week. Of course, you'll see lots of stimming throughout this video, and it looks really funny when it's sped up really fast because it looks like I'm vibrating. I went outside to do some physiotherapy exercises for my knees. So I've mentioned that in past videos, but I have hypermobile joints. Not to the point that they dislocate, but to the point that I've had like chronic pain in my knees and my wrists since I was a child / teenager. So they flare up. Last year, when I went to Sweden, I filmed a vlog in which I was doing exercises. I'm doing them again now because I had another flare up. So both of my knees, they just hurt, and yeah, so I do physiotherapy exercises every other day to help with that. And then I did some yoga. So I've been doing yoga for about 5 years on and off, and it's been great. It's been helping a lot with my trauma work, like processing trauma and just staying physically active and working on my flexibility and stuff. Of course, I didn't do much yoga, if at all, during Burnout because I didn't have the energy, but I've been slowly getting back into it. And the channel that I've been watching these last 5 years for yoga is Yoga with Adrienne. She's amazing, and every January she does a 30-day, this year she did 8 days, of yoga, and every day you have a different practice. So that day I did stability, and I always adjust the yoga practice depending on my energy levels, or like my knees, for example. I don't hyperextend my knees because that's part of the problem. And like sometimes I don't have the energy to do the full exercise, or I feel like I need a different kind of exercise. So I adjust the practice depending on what I need that day. And that's what works for me. I was also kind of self-conscious because, I struggle with my body image. I grew up being very, very, very skinny. And I put on some weight these past couple years, mainly because of like changes in hormones, because I stopped taking hormonal contraception, and also I tried antidepressants and stuff, and all of that just contributed to me gaining weight. I've been struggling to be okay with it because growing up there was just so much body shaming and fat phobia in my family. My mother is overweight, and I would just witness the rest of my family constantly shaming her and being fat phobic towards her in very violent ways. So that didn't, and like I was always praised for being so skinny and stuff. And so even though when I gained weight, I was already I had already cut my family off, it still activated a lot of my internalized stuff. So I've been struggling with my body image, and I really struggle to, show my body on videos and stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I wore my jacket even though I was too hot, and I tucked my shirt into my pants. But after a while I was like, you know what, never mind. But I already tried filming another yoga video a while ago, and I struggled so much with my body image that I ended up not posting it, which is unfortunate. But I thought it would be a good body positivity thing to include this yoga practice in this video and kind of touch on my struggles with body image, because I think it's something a lot of us struggle with. Yoga has been a huge part of my life for years, and will continue to be. So then I played some video games. I go through phases where I play video games and then I don't play at all for months, but I'm a big fan of games in general, and I love those like slightly creepy video games like Little Nightmares, Inside, Limbo, Dark, that kind of thing. So I've been replaying all of these actually, and I got a really good deal on the Switch. I got 2 games for like £2.58, so I was really happy with that. So I've been playing games like that. I just love the combination of like puzzles and like being chased by horrible monsters and like the adrenaline rush and stuff. My favorite is Little Nightmares, especially the second one, and the third one is coming out either this year or next year, so I can't wait. I have a really strange relationship with like horror stuff. There's some horror stuff that I absolutely cannot tolerate, and then there's some horror stuff that I can tolerate and actually really enjoy. So yeah, I don't really know what that's about, but I guess games are different because I have a level of control that I don't have in movies. I don't know. But there's something really strange about the world of Little Nightmares, which is really bleak and yet strangely cozy. So yeah, I've been playing video games in the afternoon lately, and it's been really enjoyable. And of course, like I drink tea throughout the day. I have my tea drinking routine. Then I started making dinner. We actually invested in a rice cooker because we love watching Asian cooking videos, and yeah, so we got a rice cooker recently and it's been great. So we decided to make our own version of Korean bibimbap, like a very, very loosely inspired. So we got some rice and some mushrooms and some spinach and corn, and we put everything in the rice cooker. I think it was around 30 minutes. So you can see the mess here, like it's very obvious, and yet I don't feel like it's a good representation of how messy the kitchen really is. And it so happens that the following day, so yesterday, I deep cleaned the whole kitchen. I don't know if it was the vlog, but it really motivated me to deep clean the kitchen, and I've been thinking about we've been thinking about how we can incorporate more of cleaning routine into our daily routine, because right now I can't, like, if something isn't integrated into my routine, it just doesn't get done. So yeah, we've been trying to figure out a way to incorporate cleaning the kitchen into our daily routine so that it gets done and it doesn't accumulate over days and days and then gets to a point where it's unbearable, and then we do it all at once, and instead like do it a little bit every day so that it doesn't accumulate, and you know what I mean. So while the rice was cooking, I decided to start editing this video, and here it is now. It's done. So yay, magic. I wasn't sure it was gonna work out, but it actually worked out beautifully. And then we added some soy sauce and some toasted sesame oil and some, pepper, garlic powder, more seeds, and a fried egg on top, and mixed it all together in the spirit of bibimbap, and it was delicious. And then we watched Game of Thrones, that we're currently rewatching yet again. It's one of our comfort shows. It's one of the shows that we rewatched the most, with Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Twilight, Shrek, things like that. Those are just the classics that we rewatch on a regular basis when we just want to feel immersed in a world and like have that escapism. And Game of Thrones is great for that because it's just so long. There's 8 seasons. Well, the last 2 are not great, so it's less enjoyable towards the end, but like, we know that when we start rewatching Game of Thrones, we have a few weeks of like knowing what we're gonna watch every night, and it's that like comforting feeling of being like, yeah, we'll be able to escape to this whimsical world tonight. Also, we rewatched yet again House of the Dragon, which is amazing. It's better than Game of Thrones in my opinion. I also finally finished reading the Game of Thrones book series. It took me a good 8 months to read all 5 books. And I'm really proud of myself because it's like 5,500 pages, something like that. And I'm a very slow reader. So the fact that I read everything, even if it took 8 months, I'm super proud of myself. And I feel like I read much faster now. Then my kitty cat was being really cute, and like anytime I put some sort of soft material under his paws, I know that he's gonna start making biscuits. What's the expression? Yeah, kneading dough, making biscuits. He's really, really cute. Then I did my bedtime routine, which basically consists of cleaning my teeth. So I really have a love and not a love and hate relationship. I have a really difficult time with flossing. I will do it for a few weeks and then I won't do it for a long time, and then I'll get back into it because it's just, I hate it. But I've been flossing again, and then I brush my teeth, and then I use mouthwash. It's funny because like the way the footage is sped up, it really looks like I'm dancing, like jumping from one leg to the other. I'm always moving around, like I'm pacing, I'm pretty restless. Then part of my bedtime routine is to open the window and let some fresh air into the room and like actually breathe in the air at the window. It's part of my rigid thinking is I need to let some fresh air into the room every single night. So that's what I'm reading now in terms of fiction. I'm reading The Hobbit for the first time, which feels strange after having read so much Game of Thrones lately, because it's the style is very different. Obviously, it's a lot older, so it's an omniscient narrator and stuff, and it's just a whole different style. So yeah, this is the end of my vlog. That's what my life looks like right now, kind of. I'm quite happy with the way my routine looks now. I've been perfecting it over these last few weeks, and I'm quite happy with the way it is now, and it's gonna keep evolving, of course. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!